Now, as I vaguely mentioned in my RWBY Volume 3 review, which if you haven't seen that one yet, I highly recommend you see that first before seeing this, as I'm talking huge spoilers that happened in the last episode. You've been warned. The biggest issue I had with Volume 3 was in fact the death of Pyrrhic. Now I know what a lot of you are probably typing in the comments right now. Oh my god, you're being totally biased because that's your favorite character. That's not a valid reason to hate that. It's really well done. I hate you. Oh, you're the worst reviewer. Unsubscribe. And I hear you loud and clear. You're right. She was my favorite character in the series and I was terribly heartbroken to see her die. But after the initial shock of seeing her death, I started to think to myself, wait a minute. Was her death completely necessary? Did she have to die? And after thinking about it for quite some time, I came up with the conclusion of no. She did not have to die. She did not have to be the character to bite the dust in the final episode. Thus, her death was completely unnecessary and uncalled for. And I'll explain what I mean. The reason I felt like it was completely unnecessary and uncalled for is because out of all the characters, why did it have to be Pyrrhic? What, because she got a lot of focus and attention in this volume than in any other volume? I don't think that's a valid reason at all. If she still had some of the Fall Maiden's energy within her, then I could see that as a valid reason to kill her. Like Cinderfall killed her because she wanted to take the rest of the Fall Maiden's power for herself. But the thing is, she didn't get any of the Fall Maiden's powers. It all went to Cinderfall. So why did she even have to kill her? Why did she have to sacrifice herself? It really doesn't add up. And it makes even less sense that it would have to be her death that would initiate RWBY unlocking her true powers, as I personally felt like it should have been somebody with a much closer and emotional relationship with RWBY. Somebody like either Yang or John. She had a much more closer relationship with those two characters than with Pyrrhic. Not to say that she doesn't have a relationship with Pyrrhic. She does, but it's not as close or as dynamic as the one that she shares with Yang or John. In my honest opinion, you could disagree with me on this. I felt that it should have been John who was the one that died. Think about it. He has a really close relationship with both of these girls, both Pyrrhic and with RWBY. So to witness him die not only would bring his character full circle, as he finally was able to live up to be the hero that he's always wanted to be, but everyone said he could never be, but also it would unlock the true power that resides in RWBY and possibly even in Pyrrhic. It might actually make her character much stronger. I just felt like it would have been much more emotional and much more impactful had it been John, not Pyrrhic. You know, I understand when you witness your friend die, you're going to have an emotional reaction similar to RWBY. I mean, it's understandable, but she wasn't that close to Pyrrhic to really make her go, yeah, like that. The way I compare it to is like in Dragon Ball Z, when Goku becomes a Super Saiyan, he probably would have never become a Super Saiyan if Frieza decided to kill Piccolo instead of Krillin. If he decided to lift Piccolo and explode him into a million pieces, I mean, Goku would be furious, he'd be angry, but he wouldn't be so angry to the point where he just unlocks his true potential. It had to be Krillin, somebody that he was really close with. He grew up with Krillin. He trained with Krillin. They have a really strong bond and connection. They are best friends. So when he witnessed his best friend being killed by the villain of the story, that made him unlock his true potential. And I think that should have been the same with RWBY. She should have saw somebody she was really close with, whether it be Yang or some other character that isn't Pyrrhic, like John, get killed right in front of her to unlock her true potential. I hope that makes a little bit more sense. That was my biggest issue. I didn't feel like it should have been her. It did not need to be Pyrrhic. It should have been John. John had the whole character arc of being somebody that would never be looked at as this hero character. And if he would have sacrificed himself at this moment, he would have been the hero he always wanted to be. So I feel like it was a huge missed opportunity. Not to mention that we got to see RWBY's reaction to Pyrrhic's death, but we didn't get to see John's reaction to Pyrrhic's death. Yes, you have that moment where he calls Weiss and's like, hey, you know, Pyrrha's gonna do something stupid. You need to protect Pyrrha. So I think he kind of knew she was gonna sacrifice herself, but he didn't know that the true weight of the situation, like she was actually going to die. And it would have been nice to see how he took the news that Pyrrha was dead. I mean, that would have been devastating to him, as he was really close with Pyrrha. So that's my reasons as to why I felt like Pyrrha's death was completely unnecessary, uncalled for. It should not have been her. And I would love to know whether or not you guys agree with me or you disagree with me. Do you feel like my points are valid, or you still think I'm being very biased because she was my favorite character? So comment below and let me know, and stay tuned. More videos coming your way. Just wanted to get these quick feelings out because it just... I don't like that she died. She had so much more to offer the show. And now... Okay, that part was kind of personal. Like, that was me personally saying how I felt. But the other parts, definitely, it just doesn't add up. It should not have been her. But anyway, I've been rambling for way too long. Like this video if you really enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see more. And I'm Tony Wallace II, the Black Critic Guy. Peace, YouTube.